Gorgeous.
Can you give me a pair of scissors so I can cut my mushroom microdose in half?
Yeah, I'll try.
You're microdosing?
Yes. Would you like a microdose?
I'd like a dose.
You want a little pilly willy?
Throw them my way, baby.
Have this.
That'll make me feel better.
You can have this. That'll make you feel real nice.
Oh, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning.
Absolutely stunning little pill.
How did you like Ireland?
I just like to have a little pill.
Ugh, I'm gagging. That's fantastic.
I love to have a little pill.
Dude, I love the Irish accent.
To get the day started. Have a little microdose pill. Really feel it out.
Well, I popped down to the chemist and that's what he gave me.
He gave me a little pill. I took it.
I says to him, I says, I'm not feeling that grand.
I'm not feeling that grand. I'd like to cut this pill in half and see what happens.
You're going to make such a big mess.
Ooh. Oh, fuck. You're right.
Well,
everyone knows
it's
this
a
is a very important podcast.
Oh, yeah? What is this? I didn't even know you did it. I'm just kidding.
It's a huge podcast. It's one of the biggest podcasts we have.
Is it just us jerking each other off for 20 minutes?
I think it's going to be a little bit of jerking, a little bit of twerking.
Jerking. I might spit on it.
Welcome to my butthole. We got fun and games.
Don't let my dad see this episode. He doesn't know I'm gay. Welcome to my butthole.
Dude, I mean, if there's one thing that, we all have in common, it's our love of gay sex.
Oh, I mean, it goes back to the beginning of time. They've been doing gay sex.
They have been doing gay sex. The Greeks, the
as
Romans.
long as men have had butts, other men have been doing them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, today on the podcast,
We're launching in.
We're just getting right into it. Is one of our favorite comedians in Austin, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, freshly arrived, Scott Filmore. Yeah. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, dude. I'm just trying to have the best summer ever. That's all I want,
dude. You've been really driving the ship of best summer ever.
I want to be captain of summer.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like there was a big push at the beginning of every summer that I've ever been a part of. We're like, this is going to be the best summer ever. And then no one acts, dude. No one steps up to the plate. No one throws the pool parties.
That's right.
No one texts the chicks or the guys. Gets it going. But you're like,
both.
Dude, Monday pool party? Who's coming?
I'm happily nominating myself as Pool Party King of Austin. And somebody's got to do it. Somebody has to put in the work, make the sacrifices to provide a place for their friends to get drunk and piss in public. That's,
pull that mic in a little bit. Pull it in just a touch.
I'm not the hero Austin asked for, but I don't care what Austin wants. I'm doing it.
What I do love about just this city is half of my friends are dead sober. They don't drink. They're very serious about comedy. They're writing all the time. They're constantly working. And then the other half is like, hey, we're having a Monday pool party
guys to hang out at
2 p.m.
Yeah, it's the best.
Do you want to come over on Monday at 2 and get fucking wasted? Do whippets. See?
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
That I did not know was going to happen.
Yeah.
Dude, don't know who that guy was. Don't know.
Shout out.
Something wrong.
We'll beep that out.
All right.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, that guy showed up with 2 fire hydrants with whipped cream toppers on them. I was just like, brother.
What are you doing?
You cannot be doing that here. There's kids here.
I mean, if we were wondering how we were going to get banned from the pool, that wasn't it. My favorite part of that is on Monday, we're at your place. About 20 or 30 comedians have showed up, and everyone's getting fucking wasted.
Insane.
Everyone's fucked up. We're doing chicken fighting in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
And what we end up getting in trouble for was the guy running the pool comes out and he goes, hey, just so you guys know, you can't smoke cigarettes.
Until 6 p.m.
Until 6 p.m.
It was 5:40.
Yeah.
And also, everyone had been blasting cigs in the pool all day.
Yeah.
He came out after 4 hours of just chain smoking. And he's like, 20 minutes, boys.
Yeah, if you guys could wait 20 minutes.
He made us take a break,
in the
basically,
pool.
which I thought that was just nice. That was just him being nice.
Now, how do you feel about darts in general? Are you a fan?
I'll toss a dart every once in a while. Yeah. I'm a dart man. What about you? You
Used to be.
You don't seem like the type. You seem like my body is a temple.
Do I seem like that type to you?
That's hilarious.
No, I know.
I just cut a mushroom pill in half in front. I mean, those are actually pretty
Poorly, might I add. He did it badly.
Bad drug user.
Yeah, look at that mess over there.
It's not a mess. It does actually look pretty messy.
It's a mess.
It looks pretty bad.
So you can't do lines of mushrooms, right?
Yeah, we would.
Let me do a quick little mush
Let me
bump.
tell you, brother, you put your mind towards anything's possible.
Dude, if they made mushroom coke, like cocaine, but it was mushrooms instead, that would be so sick. That'd be awesome.
Now, question that I have, a very deep question.
Blast away, brother.
Let's talk about gay sex.
What do you want to know?
Let's talk. Are you an open gay man?
Oh, yeah, openly gay.
Dude, I love that.
Not that proud of it, but here we are.
Dude, what I love about Austin comedy is there's so many different archetypes of gay, dude.
There's three of us.
There's
three gay guys.
So many, dude. You have you have Dylan Carlino, who's like more of just like a traditional gay. You have Jose de Hype, who's
Who the fuck is
just
that?
this weird little gay black dude, who's more of like the flamboyant type.
Never heard of this.
You have
person.
Dylan Sullivan, who's just like, he went on my show, my backyard show last week, called everyone faggots in the audience for 10 minutes,
Hey,
and then
been there, brother.
never told anyone that he was gay. So everyone was like, who's that fucking
I love that guy.
homophobic dickhead?
Yeah, who's that Republican congressman over there?
That fucking ripped.
I love Dylan.
And then, dude, you got jacked gay, Colton Dowling.
Colton Dowling. I was Colton Jones.
That's us.
It's a different kind of gay.
Colton Jones is gay
no,
too?
No, I'm just kidding. He'll be really mad when this comes out.
Ty Rivera, who's scary gay.
Ty's not gay.
He's not?
Ty is a whole other thing.
Yeah, what is the other thing?
A degenerate. I don't.
Yeah.
I truly do not. I don't look, because I know Ty. I like him. We don't share a sexuality.
Yeah.
In any measurable way that I can see. Like, the fact that the guys that we're both sleeping with have penises is like so inconsequential to like what's actually going on with that guy.
It's like the fact that like me and OJ Simpson both like women. It's totally irrelevant.
Well, it's like, is it gay if the guy that's beating the shit out of you and stealing your credit card information has a penis? Like, that doesn't really seem to tie into it for me. No, it's dude, Austin rules. It's really fun. I'm enjoying my time here.
How long have you been here?
10 months.
No, where'd you come from?
Salt Lake City.
Oh,
Utah.
Dude. No way.
Yep, I'm the repressed Mormon gay.
Dude, I didn't know that about you.
Did you not?
No.
Wow.
Bro, I've spent so much time in Salt Lake City.
Do you? Dude, Salt Lake rules.
I used to ski Alta every year, so I'd spend a lot of time in Sugar House, which is...
I lived there for years.
Oh, dude, it's the best. My buddies lived on Roosevelt Drive, so I'll be over there.
Gay sex capital of Utah,
Yeah,
Roosevelt Drive.
Roosevelt Drive. That's not true.
I thought I recognized
Everyone
you.
knows that's not true. Roosevelt is not the gay cap. What street did you live on?
I don't see how that...
What street did you live on?
I don't see how that's relevant
what
at all.
What street did you live on in Sugar House?
I lived on a numbered street.
Well, which number was it?
A couple of them.
You know that I'm going to call it the gay sex
I
capital.
do. Hey, I'm a mile ahead of you here, brother.
Bro, so, I mean, Utah in general, I think, like, there's so many rad things about it that people don't realize. Like,
it's hard to leave, man. It's hard to leave.
I'll give you a fucking example. Everybody thinks, like, Denver is this ski capital of the world.
Denver sucks.
Bro, as a city, it's okay, and then it's a 2.5-hour drive if there's no traffic to the mountains. If there is traffic, it's an eternity. In Salt Lake, you're literally like 30 minutes from the best skiing in the world.
Skiing, you're 30 minutes. If you just want to get up in the mountains, you're 12 minutes.
Yeah.
From, take your pick of 10 sick hikes.
Yeah.
That with incredible views. Dude, Salt Lake might be the most beautiful city in America.
And I think what's sick about it is like this. this sort of like religious oppression thing that's going on is what keeps the prices in check.
Keep her moving.
It's what keeps it in check. Otherwise, like I feel like it would just be the most popular place to live ever. Just like a beautiful city in the mountains.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is overhyped, and I think that's good. Mm-hmm. I think every cool city, like if Austin had like a weird cult that everybody's like, whoa, don't go to Austin. The Schloop-Schlops are there, and they're going to turn your kids into transgenders or whatever. But if
dude, the Schloop-Schlops did turn me trans.
If there was like a community like that in your cool city, it keeps some of the riffraff away. People that are scared of Mormons keeps them out of Salt Lake. And it just keeps the population down because Austin had all the jagoffs moving here.
Yeah.
And got too crowded.
Well, Salt Lake, like, if you're in Sugar House, you wouldn't be aware that you're even in a city that has Mormons. Like, it's not that at all.
That's all of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
There's like a 3-block radius where all the church shit is. Mm-hmm. And then you go outside of that, it's bars, it's restaurants, it's parties, it's normal downtown city life. Just with Lord of the Rings mountains surrounding the whole thing. It's so sick, dude. I really did not want to leave when I made the decision to move here. I was like really bummed about it. So I lived there for 8 years, and the economy's good there. There's like lots of jobs. People are really supportive of small businesses. And it just is like the prettiest, easiest place to live in America.
I mean, there's a few comics that I was friends with out there too. There's Spencer King.
I love Spencer. Yeah.
Brian
Higgins.
Brian Higgins.
Higgins is like one of my best buds.
Higgins is the dog, and then Rodney Normand.
Oh, Rodney.
Because Higgins and Rodney were these weird things where they had this Connecticut Salt Lake crossover.
Yeah, a little New England zhuzh.
Yeah, dude. What does zhuzh mean?
Zhuzh, just a little extra something.
A little something, dude.
A little dash of extra white, I think is how I call it. Yeah.
Well, it kind of seems like Wise Guys has like 3 clubs that really focuses on just like fostering talent and trying to get people really going.
Yeah, so it's the downtown Salt Lake Club. Wise Guys is they do 2 open mics a week, and they're running like a ton of shows for local comics. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's where I started, so I'm a little biased, but I've also traveled around a lot and seen a bunch of different scenes. And I gotta say, like, Salt Lake might be the best place to start stand-up.
Oh, 100%.
Because your first open mic you ever sign up for, you're going up in front of a crowd of 100 people.
Yeah, and the only open mic that I've ever been to that also has 100 people is the Creek one.
Yeah.
But the difference between the Salt Lake one and the Creek one is anyone can get on the Salt Lake one.
Yep.
Like, you can just show up and do it, whereas this one you sort of have to be, like, pre-vouched for.
Yeah, you
People
gotta
have to be like,
you gotta know, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a bucket pull here or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Salt Lake, if it's your first time signing up, you're guaranteed a spot for, like, 3 weeks.
Really?
Because it's a business. And if you're doing stand-up comedy for the first time, what happens? You bring all the guys from the office.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks, you're scrounging up, you're bringing people, and so that's filling seats, it's selling drinks. And if you want to get embarrassed in front of your coworkers, more the merrier.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But it is interesting because it's just long enough. If people do those like first couple of weeks where they're on the list, it's just long enough for somebody to like get the bug for stand up, because it's just, we all have that thing where it just like it clicked for us after a couple open mics, and now it's just we have to be doing it.
Yeah.
And you see people kind of like fall for that, and they're like, "Oh, I'm up every week. Like I could do this," and then they'll go 3 months without getting on the open mic. And like,
well, dude, that's sort of the way it started with me. Was like I was in Boston and I tried it once in 2016. And then I said, okay, well, I'll do the open mic at Tavern at the End of the World every other week. Mm-hmm. And I did it 2 times and then stopped. And was like, okay, I tried comedy. And then in 2017, I was like, I kind of want to do this for real. So, like, I'm going to come back and try it again. And then I was fucking somebody was like, hey, you actually got to be getting up every day. And then that's where it kind of started.
Yeah.
But enough about the fucking comedy horse shit. Dude, so were you raised Mormon in Salt Lake?
So I was raised Mormon in Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah, my folks are from Idaho and Utah, so like that's where all my family is. But yeah, I got me and my brothers were all raised in Wisconsin.
So are any of them any of your siblings still in the Mormon church?
Nah.
What about your parents?
Yeah, they're pretty devout.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're hardcore about it.
They used to be like way more hardcore.
Like what was it like? Just growing up in a Mormon house.
It was weird because Mormonism, it kind of really only works if you're surrounded by other Mormons. You kind of need it to be in a bubble, because as soon as you start hearing other ideas,
yeah,
it all falls apart. You're like, wait, what do I believe? This is nuts. Like, even the Catholics are starting to make sense compared to this nonsense.
Yeah.
Sorry, Catholics. I don't know why I called you guys out.
Well, you're replacing.
Sorry, Brandon.
How'd you know I was Catholic?
The sadness in your eyes, my guy.
Well, fucking Egan Robinson didn't show up today, which is why you're here. So the Mormons won up on the Catholics today.
Yep. Big up Mormons. I don't know why
Yeah,
I
dude.
just did that. That was horrible. Bruh.
No one didn't fucking.
Bless yourself.
No wonder Egan fell for fucking Catholicism. He's got DKE branded
dude.
into his chest.
He's like, oh,
susceptible to
are we
cult behavior.
Catholics, are y'all still doing that like whipping yourself thing? That seems pretty chill. That's, he loves the Da Vinci Code. Mormonism was interesting because like it's one of the stricter religions as far as like policing your behavior and like a lot of rules about what you can't do. Like most people know, like Mormons aren't allowed to drink alcohol. Also not allowed to drink coffee or tea. No drugs, no smoking, no like fornication or masturbation. You're not allowed to watch movies that are rated R.
Well, it kind of creates this weird thing where, like, downtown in Salt Lake, the one exception is sugar, right? So all these Mormons love sugar because it's the one thing that wasn't written in. So you'll go downtown
loophole,
and it's
dude.
like,
Mormons love a loophole.
So what's the fucking thing that they're going crazy on when you go downtown? It's literally like candy
Swig,
shops,
baby.
Candy shops and soda shops. They go to these soda shops.
Those are so good, though. Have you been through a Swig?
No.
Or
What is
like,
it?
It's like one of those drive-through soda shops. They're because like Mormons don't drink, so we're doing cocktails. Yeah, that's it. I actually want to open one of these in Austin because I think I would make a killing.
Whoa.
So they're called dirty sodas, and you go through. They've got all the different soda brands. You can order different sizes, and then they'll add like fruit puree or cream or different flavors.
Ooh.
To like zhuzh it up. My parents come in. They live in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
They come visit my brother in Utah, and every single day they're going through that drive-through Swig, and they're getting a Dr. Pepper with coconut cream, half and half, and like
half and half.
Yeah, just a splash, like a cup of coffee, and they love it, dude. It's a whole thing.
That can't be good for you.
Oh no!
I mean,
look at me.
Yeah.
This is Body by Swig, baby.
Dude, Body by Swig.
A lot of them also sell like really good baked treats. Like the one in Sugar House by my old place made beignets randomly. And I had to look at myself after a couple months one summer because I kept driving through getting a Mountain Dew and a bag of beignets. I was like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? It'd be better for me to start doing cocaine and smoking cigarettes.
Dude, probably.
It's insane, man.
I think what you should do is you should open a Swig and you should put it right next to like a juice land or like an acai bowl place.
Oh,
and so you could put it right next to the health nuts.
You guys want your hemp seed smoothies? Go fuck yourself.
Dude, like literally, it would be so funny for you to go there with like all these fucking Austin health nuts, and they're literally getting their hemp seed smoothie with an extra protein powder and just a little bit of peanut butter in there. And next door, you're getting a Dr. Pepper with half and half in it.
Yes, and it's the best thing you've ever had in your life. That's actually been a thing that really bugs me about Austin is that like
sweet treats are not permitted, or
no, sweet treats are everywhere. But the fake health culture here of there are a lot of people that are genuinely healthy and like doing the thing. I see people running all over, but I've run into a lot of people here that are like all they care about is people seeing them drinking smoothies. They don't like it and they don't care about it. They just want everyone to see like, oh, I'm wearing the nice running clothes. I'm wearing like the good shoes so people think I go rock climbing or some bullshit.
Yes.
And I'm drinking the $30 smoothie, and that's what they want to look like they're doing it, and it's not real.
It's not real.
And it bugs the shit out of me. I'm like, just enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Have a fucking smoothie, dude.
Also, people that go to the gym every day still die from aneurysms and get hit by cars.
I still think you should go to the gym, but
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
100% on this though,
but you should go to the gym if you want to, because you feel good and it makes your body feel good.
There are people, yes, exactly, who are like here that are 100% in on this, just like fake influencer gym culture, which is, I think it's, unfortunately, I think a lot of it comes from like the same part of your brain that goes, I should get into stand-up, where it's like, okay, I'm sitting around. What do? I go to the gym, and how can I get attention online? I can make these videos of me lifting weights and shit.
Oh, dude, people that film themselves at the gym, it's to me more embarrassing than like bombing at an open mic. I would rather watch an hour of just first timers eating shit, like a compilation, than like a dude trying to get gains.
Dude, are there compilations of first-time open micers on YouTube?
It's incredible.
No way.
It's so fun.
Oh, that's terrible.
My favorite thing in all of comedy culture, actually, is the guys that do open mic for like 1 month, and they change their Instagram to like, I'm Pete Suarez comedy. They put comedy in their like profile, or they like, their bio says they're a comedian, and then they start posting clips for 1 month in. I'm like, oh, yeah, keep it up, baby. I love it.
Dude, that dude, Bill Carroll's been doing it for, I think, like a year, and he posts a clip every day, and I gotta say, I fucking love it.
I think I know this guy.
He leans into the fact that he's bombing. It's my favorite thing. He's legitimately funny, but his whole thing is he just decided he was going to post a clip every day for a year. So he'll just come up with some days he's got to do it every day, and sometimes he doesn't have a bit lined up, so he'll post a video of him doing the 4 p.m. sunset mic.
Yes, I've seen those. Dude, where it's just so completely funny. Empty.
Like him telling a joke to 0 people. You hear somebody in the back going, ha!
I love that.
Dude, it fucking rules.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday on TikTok. It's like a big thing going around. Whoa,
you let this guy talk? I'm just kidding.
Don't you dare bully.
I like when you dom me like that. That was fun.
Me and Brandon are gonna come over and beat you up if you don't.
Oh yeah, my roommate will kill you guys.
Who's your roommate?
Carly Anderson.
We can beat her up too.
Yeah.
No, dude, her dog is cool. He'll make you guys be nice to us.
All right, we're killing Brandon's flow. Dude.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say there's a big thing on TikTok where people found out there's this comedian. I wish I remembered his name. I'd never heard of him, but he has 2 million followers on TikTok, and all his stand-up clips are green screened. So it's like these close-up shots of just his chest to his head with like different backdrops, and it's laugh tracks. And like someone found it out, and if you go and watch, and I think he's like an editor, I can see it.
Is he using like comedy club backdrop? Like
yes,
improv?
Like it's a red backdrop, and then like a blue, backdrop, and then it's like you can never see the crowd, and there's these like laugh track ass laughter. Yeah, and all the comments now are just like show the crowd, pussy, and he won't.
Yes.
But he has. I mean, he literally in his bio are like 10 dates. Like he's touring because he just made fake crowd work clips.
Honestly, respect the hell out of that.
Yeah,
that is kind of sick. What'd you just say, bitch? You just get one of your friends to heckle you in the living room, dude.
Yeah. Just doing
you're
multiple
gay.
takes.
No, you're gay.
That is actually...
That's every heckling.
It works every time.
Yeah.
If someone calls you gay and you go, actually I'm not gay.
You guys might not know this, but actually, you're gay.
How do you feel about calling people gay, Scott?
I love it. It's
fun.
I was a bully in middle school before I even knew I was gay. I was making fun of gay kids, and it was the most fun I ever had in my life. And I've decided I'll never let that go. I do apologize to all the kids I bullied in middle school. I hooked up with a couple of them in high school, but
oh my god,
I was that stereotype of the guy that like. At school, I'd like push a kid, be like "faggot," and then
so middle school,
and then later that night, I'd be like, "Baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it, babe. I didn't mean it."
Dude, so in middle school, you were going up to some kid and be like, "You're such a gay little faggot," and then in high school, you're like, "Who's a gay little faggot?"
Me.
Who's a gay?
No, I didn't get that. I didn't get that far in high school.
That's crazy.
I was still pretty Mormon.
Nice.
But
at what age did the wool get pulled out from over your eyes and you became non-Mormon?
24. Yeah.
24.
Yeah. So when you're a Mormon, as soon as you graduate high school, you go on a mission trip to a different country.
And you went on a mission to another man's ass. Sorry. Go ahead.
Abort! It's like the moon mission. No, you become like a proselytizing missionary for the church for 2 years. So I lived in Ukraine for 2 years.
Whoa.
After high school. And then I got home. I was 21 when I got home. Did a couple years of college. And got a little engaged to a young lady. And
whoa.
Just the whole time I was like, this is not for me. And,
this is not it? Was she hot?
She's a lovely young lady. Yeah.
You're like, no, she's beat.
No, she's very cute. She's very cute.
Stink.
I was also I was in much better shape at this time. When I'm like 22, I was a pretty hot little piece.
Yeah.
Pretty tight little scrumdiddlyumptious little snack.
So tell me about your time in Ukraine.
What do you want to know?
Just what was it like? Are all of your friends dead?
It's actually pretty depressing. So for most of the 2 years I was there, I lived in the Crimean Peninsula. So that was 2012 to 2014, and then the end of my time there is when all the protests started happening in Kiev with the European Union stuff. Then I got home, and then 2 weeks later, Russia annexed that whole part of the country where I had been living, and that started the whole war.
Did they send you home knowing that was going to happen, or was it just a great coincidence?
I was just done with my time. I did my 2 years, so it was over. And then, but like tensions were rising. Everybody could tell like, it's gonna get rough here. So.
What's that feeling like when you're like in a place where you know it's about to pop
Horrifying,
off?
Dude. I mean,
is there like is it like, okay, something might go bad, or is it like, oh fuck, there's clearly something in the air here?
Nobody had any idea how much it was gonna escalate, because I thought it was gonna be like a civil war kind of a thing, like political unrest. There might be a coup or whatever, but the fact that like Russia came in and like sent troops and there was like ground fighting was I don't think really anybody saw that coming.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But all of my friends that I made over there like have moved or have relocated to different countries. A lot of them are in Germany now. Just it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I had not exactly a similar experience, but I used to live in a place in South China called Kunming, Yunnan province, and it's one of the most diverse areas of China. So a lot of the people were like
getting like the Uyghurs.
Yeah, the Uyghur Muslims, which like a lot of them, like I still have no idea what happened to them.
Yeah,
and so it's just this weird experience. Exactly the same time frame too.
You're like, oh no, I might know somebody that was ethnically cleansed. It's a really awful feeling.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's no emotion to it because you don't know exactly what happened. So
Yeah.
there's not this feeling of like, okay, I knew somebody that was murdered or I knew somebody that definitely got killed. It's like, man, I just have no contact to these people. I'll pretty much never know what happened to them, which is just insane because the feeling in China was not like that at all. There was no indication that things were about to get crazy. There was no, I mean, like, it was very early on in the Xi Jinping presidency.
Captain Winnie the Pooh. I love that guy.
Dude, I don't, but
imagine being a big Xi fan.
Yeah, I love Xi Jinping, dude. But yeah, there wasn't this feeling of like, oh, shit's about to go off the rails. Like, there was essentially a feeling for us like, okay, we're over here, and as a foreigner, it kind of felt like we could get away with murder. Like, everybody just kind of loved us, and we were running around doing whatever we wanted. Like, we were getting fucked up. Like, I remember, like, one night we were literally riding home from the clubs, and I shotgunned a beer on the back of a motorcycle.
Hell
and
yeah,
it was just
dude.
like, oh yeah, is this like the communist
Was
country?
it a
You guys are
motorcycle
all
or was it a
freaked out?
moped with 3 other guys?
It was a moped with 3 other guys.
Yeah, I know how y'all do it in China, man.
Bro, it was a moped. Yeah, it sounds less cool when you say moped.
It's the same way in Ukraine. Everybody's piling onto cars,
ripping on.
It's rad, dude.
But yeah, dude, like the feeling of like it at the time there was a booming expat culture there because people really love living in this weird place. Yeah. And there was no indication that like, hey, in about like 4 years, all of you guys are going to get kicked out. Shit's going to start to get really tense. We're going to start rounding people up. It happened immediately after I left where there was an attack on the bus station in Kunming, and they sort of pinned it on the Muslim population. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have a feeling it was kind of an inside job.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so things got like really tense really fast, and I feel like nobody had any idea that was going to happen. But I can't imagine what it's being like being in a place where you're like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah. Well, and then being right there and then coming home and watching it be like live streamed on YouTube for 8 years now, basically. Mm-hmm. It sucks because it's like I loved that place and I loved those people, but you can't stay devastated for 8 years if you're not there, you know.
100%.
It's and like I still feel bad. Obviously, like I feel bad and I feel like concerned and stuff, but it's just like, look, man, like you can't feel an extreme emotion consistently for 8 years. It's you just get used to it. You get distracted, and it makes me feel like a really shitty guy.
No, I feel the same way, which is like I never had any like breakdown about what happened when I was over there. I never was like, oh fuck, these people are like, I never got really upset about it or like broke down about it because it's so removed.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish I had, as crazy as that sounds. Because I feel like if I had, then I would have been like, oh,
an acknowledgement
that I am a piece of, like, instead I just feel like a piece of shit.
Well,
which is not great.
You get, when you're a Mormon missionary, like, so much of it is about.
This is a
Have you seen this video?
Yes, dude, yes.
Of the guy getting head while he gets drone strike. This is crazy. I think we can show this because it's censored, but this is wild that this is. I mean, he's getting toppy.
Dude, he's getting glocked down, dude.
Yeah. And then in a second here, I don't know if he gets to finish. That's really the sad part. But then,
they finished him off.
Yeah. Then they just drop a drone strike on him. And
fucking insane, dude.
They're gone. Tough way to go out. It's crazy that there's just footage like this available.
Not a tough way to go out. The best way to go out.
Okay,
he had no idea what was going to happen. He got his dick sucked, and then the lights went out. Like
I don't feel bad for the guy getting his dick sucked. I feel bad for the guy whose last experience, like, dies with a cock in the back of his throat.
I'm sure he was loving it.
All right, so I'll suck your dick first, and you suck mine next.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Boom.
He didn't get his turn.
God damn it.
Oh, you always do this.
You always get his fucking drone strike.
Hey, wake up. Oh, you're sleepy now? I don't buy it.
Way to lighten the mood, Brandon.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Dude.
Yeah, we got a little heavy there.
Nothing like a podcast where you start out singing "Welcome to my butthole" and halfway in you're talking about Ukrainian war crimes.
And the only way out of it is drone strike footage.
Blowjob drone style.
I got some weird searches when I first pulled it up.
Okay.
Ukrainian blowjobs.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Ghost of Kiev?
That was sick
The
propaganda.
the fake fighter pilot.
Oh,
You ever
yeah,
hear about
yeah.
that? It made me so sad when that wasn't real. I was like, no.
What was the Ghost of Kiev?
It was when Russia started actually invading Ukraine for real, a couple of years ago. Ukraine started pumping out all these propaganda videos, and there was this fighter pilot who had they were saying he had all these insane confirmed kills of shooting down Russian planes.
Yeah, they said 10 shot down aircrafts in the span of
a
few
week.
days.
Yeah. And so everybody was like, holy shit, yeah, dude, Ghost of Kiev. And he was like, none of it happened.
It was just this stock image was tweeted, and we were all like, this guy fucking rocks.
Everybody's like, oh, get him on Jimmy Kimmel now.
Dude, could you imagine fucking the Ghost of Kiev on Jimmy Fallon, or Jimmy Fallon's like, you killed how many fucking Russians?
Whoa! Why don't you Putin that in your pipe and smoke it? I could write for late night.
Dude, have you heard the Jimmy Fallon alcoholism story?
Oh, you mean the thousands and thousands of stories?
It's so funny, dude. Supposedly he's just a true party animal.
A massive drunk.
He used to have a huge drinking problem where after the show everyone would be like, yo, we got to go out with the crew tonight and get fucked up. He'd bring everyone who works out on the show.
He's like, this is left grip, this is right grip, this is our swing camera, and we're doing Jaeger bombs. Well, imagine his life though, because he got on SNL when he was 22.
Really?
Yeah. And he was the heart of the cast for, I think he was on there for 10, 12 years. Got out of that, made a couple pretty bad movies, and then
don't
you
fucking dare disparage Fever Pitch, okay?
Immediately
Fever Pitch was
I'm talking about Taxi Driver or whatever.
Taxi Driver.
Him and Queen Latifah did a buddy cop movie, and it was really bad.
Dude, that
Taxi.
Rules.
He did SNL from 98 to 08. You were right, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. And then popping into late night and taking over for fucking Conan when he was 30. That's insane. And then it's been 15 years of him being on TV, prime time, every fucking night. I mean, when would he have grown up in that? When would he have learned his lesson that he shouldn't maybe calm down a little bit? No. If anyone is getting signs from the universe to be an absolute party monster, it's that guy.
Speaking of absolute party monster, when I called you today, you were still in bed at 11:30.
Yes, I was.
What did you do last night?
Okay, let me be very clear. Most of our friends are in bed at 11:30.
Yeah, I trying to replace Egan this morning was almost impossible.
Yeah, and
you're actually only my second call.
He's a Catholic. That makes me feel good. Bustin makes me feel good.
We were just talking about Egan though, which just to trash him for a second,
dude.
Literally confirms that he can do the pod and then stops responding to texts for
Today?
48 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then 30 minutes before the pod is like, "Oh shit, I'm on my way." And you're like, "No, you're not on, dude.
That's not what's happening.
That's
you
not what's
idiot.
happening. Don't do that."
Hey, nice try, loser.
That's fucking crazy.
Hey, Egan, I got a little message for your stupid pope. That's what you do to children. Got his ass, dude. Shut up. What was I doing last night? I had a couple spots around town, and then
Where'd you get up last night?
Sunset Maggie Mays.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
What goes on at Sunset on Thursdays?
Secret show.
Oh, sick, dude. Fuck yeah. How'd you end up on the old Secret show?
I've been on a bunch of times. Just since I got into town, I did the Kill Tony thing, and so that put me on Red Band's radar. And
oh, sick! You did Kill Tony
on my first day in town.
No way.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Incredible.
Really?
Do you not? Oh.
No. Let's do this story, dude. Fuck yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I had like 2 buddies that lived here that kind of do comedy on and off. And I was like, I hear great things. I knew Lucas McCrary before I moved, and he was like hyping me up, trying to get me out. And I roll into town, park my car with all my shit in it, and it's like Monday at 1 p.m. or something. And my buddy's like, all right, like, take a nap, and then we're all going out to go sign up for Kill Tony tonight. I'd never really watched Kill Tony. I got the general idea of what it was, and I was just like, all right. I hear it's fun. So we went out, had a couple drinks. I was mostly just there to hang out with my friends. And like 10 o'clock rolled around. I was like, I'm pretty sleepy. I'm going to call it a day and head home. And they're like, no, you got to like wait another half an hour, and then they'll close the list, and then you can go. Like, it would be awful if they pulled your name and you weren't here. And I was like, all right. And I sat down, and as I sat down, they came in, they called my name.
Wow.
And took me in right over to Mothership. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Crazy. I walk backstage. There's Cam Patterson just sitting on a stool. Like, this is like 3 weeks after he became
the guy.
Yeah. And I'm like nervous and pacing. Dude, Cam just walks over, doesn't know me, throws his arm around my shoulder. He's like, oh, dude, you got this, baby. Like, this is going to be so fun for you.
I fucking love Cam.
And dude, I was like, immediately, I was like, oh, this guy's the coolest person ever. Then I, walk out on stage, do my minute, big bright lights, can't even see the panel. And then I look over at the panel, and it's Red Band Tony, Kurt Metzger, Joe Rogan, and then some guy with his back to me I didn't know. And we start doing the interview and the back and forth. And they're like, oh, where are you from? I go, I just moved here today from Salt Lake City, Utah. And the guy turns around, it's Post Malone.
Wait, really?
Uh-huh.
No shit.
And Post Malone he lives in Utah. He loves it.
Yeah, he's got that house at the bottom of the canyon.
So he was like, oh, hell yeah, Utah. And that's when I realized it was him. Because I didn't see his face. I was like, oh,
you're
shit.
like, holy fuck, I'm talking
like,
to Post Malone
what up, Post?
right now.
What up, dude? And we had like a couple moments, and then the interview went really well. And over the course of the whole interview, Post and I like kept having fun interactions and like flirting a little bit, and like straight up, it was really fun. And then I ended up singing opera as my talent, and that went great. Got a standing ovation in the big room, and then they invited me to come back the next week to battle Hans. So I got to do my first week in town. I got to do Kill Tony twice.
Wait, so you did the battle against Hans Kim?
Uh-huh.
And how did that go?
I messed up.
You fucked it up?
So one of my jokes from that battle is like one of my most viral videos I've had. But my overall minute wasn't as good as I liked it to be. I kind of choked on delivery for the first half.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I wasn't supposed to win.
No.
Like,
it was a rigged thing.
They were never going to let me beat Hans.
Yeah. Just have you take him out.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, hell, this is just a really sick opportunity. And my second show was David Lucas and Joe DeRosa as the hosts, and I love both of those guys.
Yeah.
So that was sick. And then that got me in with like Red Band and the Kill Tony crew a little bit. I got hired at Red Band's club, a couple weeks after that, and then he's had me on Secret Show a bunch of times.
Dude, that's fucking great.
And like, he's the best, man. People here get it, but like people don't really get like what a cool guy he is.
Yeah. And
just like how much he's doing for comics, it's pretty wild. Like, he's a sick guy.
Yeah, he seems like the fucking man.
And that show, dude, Secret Show is so fun. It's a blast. And that green room is the craziest green room I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, there's just a million people in there at all times.
Oh yeah. Well, and I can't wait for Holtzman to get back into town because every week Holtzman would just show up to the green room of the Secret Show and just be like, "What up, cocksuckers?" I don't know why I did a Joey Diaz impression, but yeah, dude, I have a fun Holtzman story. It was he had just gotten into town and we were both on Secret Show, and he went up like 2 before me, and was just doing all these jokes about his fag neighbors. He's like, I live next door to a couple of fags, just sucking each other's cocks, and just really going in on the fag neighbors. And I thought it was hilarious. I went out and I watched it. It was a great time. And then I went up like 2-3 after him, and I did my material, which is mostly about being gay. And he pulled me aside in the green room after my set. He goes, "I'm really sorry about the fag stuff." I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, dude. It was very funny." He's like, "It's nothing personal. Sorry about the fag stuff." And then like a week later, my brother was in town visiting, and I was just showing him around 6th Street, all the clubs and stuff. And we popped into Mitzi's to grab a drink. And we're just sitting there, and Holtzman walks down from the back, and sees me, comes over, says hi. Doesn't know my name. He just recognizes me from our interaction.
Gay guy.
Hey, fag. So I'm like, "Oh, this is my brother. He's in from out of town. Brian, this is Brian Holtzman," and get to introduce them. And he goes, "What do you guys you here for the show?" I was like, "Oh, it's sold out. We're just hanging out in the bar." He goes, "Nah, come here." And he snuck me and my brother up the back stairs, up into the green room.
Sick.
Sam Tallent's up there. Like a couple other big comics, Duncan Trussell's in there, and he's like, "Everybody, this is my buddy." Introduces me to everybody, and then Holtzman goes into the showroom, and he finds 2 empty seats with one guy in between them, and he goes, "Hey, scoot over." Makes the guy move so me and my brother can sit together, and he goes back, grabs us, takes us to the seats.
Sick.
To sit and watch the show, and then he walks immediately on stage and starts doing time. I was just like, "Whoa!"
That's sick as fuck.
And my brother didn't even know who Holtzman was. He's kind of a comics comic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, "Dude,
your brother's like, you're the fucking man."
But when I was trying to explain to him, like, "Dude, this is insane that this is happening. This is so cool. Like, I know you don't know this guy, but this is so cool." And then Brian crushed so hard, and it was really fun. And he like gathered us after his set. He like came out and then got us and took us back into the green room, and then just disappeared and left us there.
And then you're just standing there in the corner of the green room, like, I don't
no,
know.
I was like, I can't be seen. I was so scared to be like,
have Rogan come in and be like, "The fuck are these?"
Well, yeah,
guys
I didn't
doing
want
here?"
I didn't want anybody to walk in and be like, "How the hell did you get up here?" Because that could fuck me over for a year.
Yeah. You're like, "Brian Holtzman brought me up here."
You're like, "Nice try, asshole."
Yeah.
So we hung out for like 2 minutes in the green room, and then went back downstairs, and there's Holtzman and Duncan Trussell in the lobby just talking, and he sees us and he goes, "Hey,
come here."
And my brother doesn't know Holtzman, but he loves Duncan Trussell.
I fucking have been a massive fan of Duncan Trussell.
Who
for
doesn't
years.
love Duncan?
Dude, so there's some people where, for me, when I run into them, it's still like a bit like, holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, the early, like, my first job out of college, I was living in South Shore of Boston, and I said it with the accent, but I had to take the commuter rail in every day, which was like a 50-minute ride, you know? So you're sitting on the train 50 minutes out, 50 minutes back every single day.
Boo.
And I'm just like, that's when I started listening to Rogan, and I just binged all the Duncan Trussell episodes.
Because he's so fun.
Dude, like, I loved his attitude just, like, about life. Like, I loved, like, this.
Yeah.
I'd never heard anyone talk about, like, spirituality in that way. So
yeah.
I was obsessed with this dude. And then I met him for the first time in March, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit, where I've never, like, compulsively given someone a hug when I met them. So that was, like, a little much, where I was like, I didn't mean to. I was like, I'm so sorry. That's weird. I didn't mean to do. He's like, no, it's okay, man. I'm like, thanks for getting me into Ram Dass and everything. And I don't know, man. It was just like a super cool experience.
He's
like getting to hang
the
out
nicest
with that
guy, man. It was he's one of those people that I'm sure it's not all the time, but every time I've seen him, he's genuinely interested and paying attention to the person that he's talking to,
which is not the case with almost anyone.
Anybody, yeah, like my phone just vibrated. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm like,
dude, I don't know how people can be present in conversations at that level of fame, because I'm like, it's when I am not a famous guy, obviously, but when I'm running like Hidalgo or something,
sure,
and
you got a little zhuzh,
there's like 50 people there that I feel like I have to talk to the 50 people that I know at that show. I'm so overwhelmed, and it's such a crazy experience for me that I'm like, I feel like I'm freaking out every time. Where I'm like, okay, I can talk to these guys for like 2 seconds, and I got to go talk to those guys. It's like being at your own wedding every weekend, you know, where you're like, this is crazy. And I would imagine how like, all right, every time I run that show, it's like being at my own wedding. I would imagine they feel like they're at their own wedding every day, which is just, I think, for me, would be too much.
I think you get to a point where, because a lot of that is like the responsibility of like, I need people to have a good time. I need them to have a good experience, because it's like that is part of building your career and being a good entertainer and a good host and everything. Mm-hmm. But you do this long enough and you get successful enough, I think the stakes just disappear.
Yeah.
Like, you could be an asshole and it wouldn't ever make a difference.
For you, I feel like as your career is going to go on, more and more stakes are going to start appearing, dude. And a baked potato.
Yeah. Hey, it better be loaded. Because I know I am.
Yeah.
But I imagine that's got to take some of the pressure of, like, you feel watched all the time, but you realize, like, oh, nobody that's watching me can affect me. So it's who
crazy.
Cares?
Yeah, I think there's people that definitely have like a healthy attitude towards it. Where you meet a guy like that, or you meet a guy like Ron White, and they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And they've hit this point where it's just like, whatever, man, rather than just like letting it consume your entire personality.
Definitely. Well,
because those people freak me out. Where you're like,
we can bleep this out.
Something wrong.
Exactly the person I'm thinking of.
Dude, man, like, chill out.
Yeah, like, he's just so intense and overbearing.
And it's like so clearly the most important thing to him is being
the man,
famous and recognizable, and like, everybody sees me.
Yeah.
And that, like, that's all he's ever wanted. And then there's other guys that, like, you are excited to be around him and it's like a big deal. And then after 5 seconds, you're like, oh, he's just a guy. We're just guys hanging out.
We're just guys hanging out. Dudes being dudes.
Dude, that's Shane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've run into Shane a couple times. Couple different hangs, even back in Salt Lake when he came through.
Mm-hmm.
He took all the comics like across the street to the bar after the shows and just like was buying people beers and hanging out and shooting pool and, you know, just being a comic.
Yeah.
And after 10 minutes of like, holy shit, it's Shane Gillis, it was just, oh, it's just we're hanging out. We're just comics.
Yeah, we're just doing our fucking thing.
And he just has that thing, that quality that like gets people to forget the difference of like status, and it's just it's just one of the boys, dude.
Yeah.
And that's the best. That's so fun. You love that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it is weird when it's like the opposite of that.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that people like, I don't know. I can't imagine getting to the point where you're just like, this is the most important thing to me, just like continuing to be recognized and like just trying to be the man.
Yeah.
And like having influence over people.
That's the thing I think.
Maybe he read 48 Laws of Power too many times, and he's just like, yeah, I got it. It's a book about control and manipulation.
Being an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not even. It's not exclusive to comedy by any means. It's every field, every profession has like those guys that their priorities are out of whack, and just makes him a nightmare to be around. Everything's
got a big dog.
Everything's political. Everything is like they read into your intentions behind everything you do. Like, you know, you and I, we might bust each other's balls and goof off, and then maybe I don't know this guy as well, but that's the vibe I go into that conversation, and we razz him a little bit, and then he's like, "You're my enemy for life." Now. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, dude, you feel like you're being intensely judged at every
constantly.
interaction. And you're like, man, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had just an experience where I moved here. I did a show with that guy. And after the show, while I was on stage at the show, he gave me an extra 10 minutes. He literally leaned over the balcony and was like, keep going. And then after I got off stage, came up to me, shook my hand, and went, "We're so happy that you moved here. You belong in Austin.
Hell yeah.
You're going to do great." And then proceeded to ignore me every time that I saw him for the rest of my time here. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. I'm like, that was my first experience with that type of behavior where I'm like, dude, what's your fucking problem? Like, dude, if this is the way it's going to be.
He did the exact same thing to me.
Yeah.
Where, like, hype me up, be like, oh, my God, that was so incredible. That was so awesome. Dude, call me anytime. We're going to get you up. I mean, completely ghosted.
Pretend you don't exist.
And it's like, I didn't even see that guy in between the promise made and the disappearance completely from my life.
Yeah.
I did, like, it's not like we had a weird...
Did you have his phone number? And
yeah.
He gave you his and just wasn't texting you back?
Nope. And he told me text every week.
Explicitly to text him. That's so
we'll
crazy,
get you back
man.
up. And I was like, okay, man. And I didn't want to abuse it, so I waited a little bit.
Dude, yeah, so we'll do like 2 more minutes and then fucking wrap it up. Dude, yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
We might need to edit that last chunk because we don't want everybody to know exactly.
No, I know. Well, we'll decide if we cut his name out or we cut the whole thing out. But it's like...
Well, that's the shitty thing is like...
Everyone knows exactly who we're talking about. Yeah. So it's almost like we can't do it.
Fuck.
But,
yeah.
Sick. Okay. Dude, I guess...
I'm pumped for tonight, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, so tonight's our first show at Sapien. You will be just text me where you're going to be at, and we're sending out cyber trucks to pick up everybody.
Are you really?
Yeah. So,
hell yeah, dude. Should I have you guys pick me up at the pool?
Yeah, you should have. You should.
Do you want to be at the pool?
Well,
you got to go set up.
I'm going to be there. Yeah.
Did you need help, by the way? You sent that message out.
We might need you. I'd rather do people that aren't on the show, but whatever. Great content for the pod. But yeah, well, dude, if we cut that part out that we just did where we were ragging on someone, it's going to be such a funny ending where you're just like, Ukraine, gay sex. Well, great to see you, man.
Okay, as this is a thing I've been doing. I think it's fun. This will be a good way to end it. I'm curious, what's your gayest experience?
I'll give you a fun one.
Okay.
We were at a nightclub in Boston called Royale, and it was the middle of winter. And as you know, like when you're in a freezing cold place like Wisconsin, everyone has to do coat check when they come into these places. So this is about a 400-person, 500-person venue. There's 2 chicks working coat check. So when everything clears out, it's a nightmare, right? Mm-hmm. And so we've been partying all night. Me and my friend had been sitting in this coat check for like 45 minutes to an hour. We get up to the front, these 2 chicks cut in front of us, and me and my buddy are like, hey, man, like, you guys can't cut in front of us. We've been in this line for an hour, back of the line. And they go, excuse me?
Sorry.
We're like, yeah, we've been waiting. Like, if you guys get to the back, that would be great. And they're like, we're, like, lesbians.
We're pretty
just
girls.
Like, we're lesbians. Are you just, like, treating us like this because we're fucking lesbians? You guys homophobic?
Love that card.
And I looked right back at them, and I looked at my buddy, and I just saw the look in his eyes, and he goes, do it, dude. Do it. Grabbed him with his head, brought him in, tongue kissed this dude, looked back at them and went, fuck you. And they just walked immediately to the back. We were like, yes, victory is ours, dude.
You don't even understand how gay that is because there's nothing gay men hate more than lesbians.
Yeah. That's it. That's the pod.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit of gay. Honorary gay, Joe Bagley, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Fillmore. Thanks for doing the pod, brother.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.